just open a new page. So Google Colab is the online version of Jupyter Notebook that we are going to use. So this is where we can edit our file name. Okay. If you see, this is called Jupyter Cell where we write code. I'm assuming everyone or majority of you knowing about Python, basic Python, right? So basically we are targeting to talk about two packages, right? The first package is NumPy package. See, the NumPy basically stands for NUM plus PY. NUM means numerical, PY means Python. So whatever numerical Python means, any array, any matrix, any numbers, right? Any mathematical operations you want to deal in a Python, we have a NumPy package for this. Then second package that we have in Python is a Pandas. Pandas stands for Panel Data Analysis. The Panda stands for Panel Data Analysis. Okay, so how this Panda is basically going to, in whatever data analytics we are looking for or we are thinking for, Panda is a package in a Python that help us to deal with all the data analytics problem and the solutions. So let's try to start with. So guys, whatever package that you want to deal with, right? There's a first thing, Python come with some, whenever you install your Python programming, this Jupyter notebook or whatever front end you are using. So in a backend, it is a Python 3 that is there, right? This is Google Colab, PySpark, Spider, whatever front end you are using, they are just IDEs that help that is meant to make the entire code easy and simple for the programmers. So the first step that we will do, we are going to import the package. See, package is basically not available in your system. It's a part of some repository. The first step you install the package. Because I already installed those packages, so I am going to import the package. So I am going to import those packages. So for importing, guys, for you can say import pandas as PD. So basically this is helping us to import pandas. Why I'm writing as a PD? This is just a pseudonym that help us to basically make our entire package name is a 5-6 word package, just to make a shorter version of it, because we are going to use PD multiple times. Similarly, to import NumPy, you can say import NumPy as NP. I have given PD NP, that is basically the most of the programmers write like this, but you can give any name as it is, as you wish to do. Now, once you import the package, there are more packages. Once we required, we'll import it. So just click on the play button and you just need to import these packages. So as we are using Google Colab, we need a good internet connections to uh, we need good connections basically just to run to run our code quickly. So this is the first step, guys, where we have just imported our required packages. There might be more package we required, but whatever package means, so far I'm assuming these two package I need to import my data, so I'm just starting with this package. The next step to perform any data analytics in a Python is to get a data. So next step, we are going to import data. So the data, right? The data is not available in your Python. Data is coming some from some other data sources. Data might be in a CSV file. Data might be in Excel file. Data might be coming from the various data warehousing platform like SQL Server, right? Hadoop, or there might be the different platforms where we can get the data. So next step is the getting a data. Basically, we call the data importing step. So we are going to
Gaurav, you are on mute.
Sorry, I believe there was some connection issue. So I hope I'm audible. Preeti, I'm audible now?
Yes.
Okay. So next step is the data importing. There are different way because we are using a Google Colab, which is an online version. There are different way we can import the data, right? So let's go with the easier way. You can just click on this folder, okay? You can see this file arrow option is there. Click on this arrow option. It will land to the whatever data you want to. This is take you to the to browse to on your system. Whatever drive your data, like my data, we are going to work on the retail data. Okay, so we have a stores data, which is basically a online stores data. Okay, I just click on stores data. So data is coming in our Google Colab. So we just get our data here, but it doesn't mean data is imported, right? This is just we get a data in our Google Colab environment, basically our drive. This Google Colab connect with the data through the Google Drive. So we just get a data into Drive. Now, next step we are going to import our data. So let's try to get this data into the our software, the Google Colab basically. So to import the CSV, we have a CSV file, right? So to getting the CSV file, guys, we need a whatever file you have, either it is a CSV file, Excel file, whatever file you have. Panda is there to help us to get that file into the your software. So that is the first challenge, guys. How I can get different type of data sources into our Python. Okay, the data might be CSV here. CSV stands for comma separated values. Database might be the XLSX, right? Excel might be there. Database might be SQL. It could be any database there. So accordingly, Panda have a different functions to read those databases. So if you want to see what all functions Panda have, you can just put dir package name. If you see dir package name, if I just put print option here, this is going to display all the functions that we have under pandas. You can see all the functions, whatever panda package have, we can see all the list of the functions. So we are dealing with the CSV file, right? There must be a function that help us to read the CSV file or to import the CSV file. So you can figure it out, all the functions available there. But to importing a CSV file, we have a first we write a package name dot. Okay, that's why I'm writing a PD here. This is advantage. If I don't put PD, then you have to write entire panda name here. That is going to take a more space, or it is going to take the more time there. So panda is a PD dot read underscore CSV. See, as you write read underscore, you get all the list. See, read CSV for CSV, read Excel for Excel, right? If you have JSON file, you have any other file, you can get SQL file, SQL query, SQL table, right? All the list you are getting here. So pd dot read underscore CSV is a function because the file we are importing is a CSV data type. Okay, so we are just going to pd dot read underscore CSV, just copy path and just paste it inside it in double quotes. Just paste the path here. So basically content, under content we have a stores.csv file. This is file we are importing, but by what name you are going to store that? If you are importing file from CSV to the Python, so that we need to store this file. So we are going to give a, this is an input file, we have to give a output file name. It is going to be stores. So if I run it now, you will see our data going to be, sorry, this is a typo here. So the data got imported here. Okay. Okay, so this is here, we just imported our data. Data is ready. So guys, what is the second challenge? This is the first challenge to getting our data. Now we get the data. What is the second challenge is that usually in the businesses, data understanding. If you see the step for data analytics, steps for data analytics. What are the steps for the data analytics? The steps are here: understand the business problem, because without understanding the business problem you cannot, whatever software, how much expert you are, right, you cannot come with the right solution until you understand the business problem. The job of data analyst is not just to write the code, right, it is a job is to getting the better insights from the given data set. So to get a better insights, so businesses can make the impactful decision, is going to be the understand the business problem properly. What is my problem? What are the, might be data have multiple features, multiple variables. What all variables we need to use to get the solution for those problems. So once you understand the business problem, next step is going to be import the data. You simply import whatever data you have. That is two steps we understood. The first business problem was that we want to analyze and understand some of the retail data. Second step is we just come with the importing of our data. Now data is ready, right? Now we have to do data understanding. We have to understand our data, how our data look like, and how my data going to be help us to solve the business problems and all. So what are features I need to select? Because so far you can see in a Google Colab you can't see your data. Only you are saying one object called stores got created, but you can't see the data here. So for the data guys, we have a step called data understanding. Whatever your next step going to be, it is totally driven by the data understanding. If you don't understand your data properly, you cannot do the right job basically to get your meaningful insights or meaningful information. Whatever you are trying to do, you cannot get it, you cannot do it. So now next step is the data understanding. For this step data understanding, we are going to see our data, how data look like, and how, what are the different features data have. So far we cannot see, right, our data. This is store object we have created. So we have guys a function in a Python called head function. In pandas we have a head function that help us to see that how my data look like. So we will write a data, our data name, which is stores dot head, followed by parenthesis. If you're writing any function in Python, the function is followed by the parenthesis. If I do it now, see, you can see the data. What is the role of head guys? By default, head give you first 5 observations. See, this is number of row. Observations mean row basically. Row number 1, 2, 3, 4 we are getting. And you can see all the variables are there. See, these are the list of columns that we have. So head is helping us to see how our data look like. Now without looking at data you cannot make any decisions what analysis I need to do, and what are the, because there might be, you can see we have a multiple variables here. Might be we need only 3 4 variables to solve the business problems, but here we have a multiple data labels. Now you can see what are the different data sets you have, or different features we have. Now head will give you by default only first 5 observation. If you want to see more, like if you want to see, I want to see 12 observations, just write 12 here. You will see the 12 observations. See, first 12 observation you are looking. If you say no, I want to look at 20 observation, just write 20. You can see the 20 observations like this. Okay, you can see the 20 observation is coming here. All the variables, but 20 observations are coming here. Okay, now that is how the head function help you. Head function help you to look over your data, see your data, and view your data, how your data look like. Similar to the head guys, we have a tail function as well. Head give you observation from top, but tail will give you observation from bottom. So if I say stores dot tail, tail function will give you the data from the bottom. You can see we get a last 5 observations. Okay, we are getting here last 5 observation. So this is helping us to figure it out how your data looking from the bottom point of view, right? 31st of total we have a 30 observations, 31 observations. So you can see the how your 32 observation basically. You can see how your data look like from the bottom. So if you just look over here, if you want to see from bottom, I want to look over 7 observations. Just put 7. So you get the bottom 7 observation. Just look our data. Data is store code, what type of store it is, apparel zone, super bazaar, supermarket, what type of store it is, apparel, supermarket, what is location, which location the store is located, right? What is operating cost for those locations in US dollar, staff count, total sales in the US dollar, total number of customers, acquisition cost per customer, basket size, profit per customer, own stores, online presence, right? Means the store is online and offline. Own store means it is a your own store or rented store. What segment store belong to? Okay, so you can see all the details are available in our data set. So head and tail help you to look over the data, how your data, because the Python store everything either data or variable as object. To see those objects, to look those objects, we use head or tail function. Okay, now head and tail is a one part of it, right? We use head function here to check our first 5 observation. We use tail function to look over the last 5 observations. Now we have a function called save. Suppose if I ask you, tell me this is the data, how many row and column we have. Okay, in this data, what is the number of row and number of columns we have. So to checking those number of row and number of columns, we have a save function. Number of rows and number of columns. So we have a save function in a Python. So if you write a save function, data name is stores dot save. If you write this function, this is going to we will write, this is basically a method save. We are not going to write a parenthesis. If you write save, guys, save function will give you the how many row and columns we have. See, 32 observations we have in our data. Okay, and we have 15 variables in our data set. Observation means row, variable means columns. Okay, our data have 32 observation and 15 variables. Now if you only want to see how many observations we have, right? So what you can do, you can see stores dot save, only just write here 0. It is only give you number of rows, how many number of rows you have. If you want to see number of columns, just write your data name stores dot save and just put 1. This is going to give you the number of columns you have. You can see we have total 15 columns. Okay, this way you can get row and column both together. This way you can get either row or columns. Now we want to see the list of columns. So the other functions we have learned, save function. Next function is save function. Within save, you just index with a 0 or 1. This helps us to see the number of row and number of columns. Now we want to see that list of columns. If you see, I have this store code and all. See, if you want to look over these lists, you have to scroll it very long. Here we have only 15 observations. Many data points have minimum 100 to 1000 observations, right? Variables, sorry. Minimum 100 variables, 200 variables or columns. So scrolling up and looking over the required columns sometimes very difficult as an analyst for us. What we do, if we get a list of all the columns at a one place, that help us to manage our entire analysis process more efficient and optimized way. So what we can do to get a list of columns, just put your data name dot columns. If you write data name dot columns, you can see we are getting the list of columns. See, all the variables name is coming here. Okay, G- please make a note. Python is a case sensitive programming language. Okay, Python is a case Python is a case sensitive programming language. So what is meaning of it? Anything in uppercase must be uppercase. Anything in lowercase must be in lowercase. So if I write here, guys, this stores dot columns. Does this code work? Anyone? If I write this code, does this code work? Very nice. If I run this code, guys, see what happens. This code is not say it is saying name stores is not defined. Name stores is not defined. This means store name is not available. And the good thing with the Python, guy, that's why Python became very popular. Whatever errors, जो आपकी गलतियां हैं, right, whatever errors you have, it tell you in the simple English language. बिल्कुल सिंपल इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज में ये आपकी गलतियों को बताता है, राइट. इट इज जस्ट टेल यू what mistakes you are doing in a simple plain English. So it's just saying store's name is not defined. It's saying you are not defined store name, but you are calling it. So Python is a case sensitive. This means you are saying stores is available. I have here imported here, but problem is the what is the problem here, guys, in this code? What is not working? It is a uppercase, right? S is a uppercase. Our data is into smaller letter, but I put it S as a uppercase. That is the problem here. Okay, so Python is a, if I run it now, it is going to work properly. So make sure whenever you are calling any variables, or that's why list of variables became very important. If you see profit per customer, P is a capital, this per is a capital, right? P is a capital, but cust is small. You can see multiple mix of letters. While doing the data analysis, we cannot just go back and see. What we do basically, we copy all these lists and paste into a notepad. Whenever whatever features I need, right? Suppose I want to deal with the total cells. I will simply take the total cells. Okay, I will go and take the total cells from there. Now we just get our data, like how my data look like. Okay, now I want to see what is the different data type, like what is the data type of this store, it is a numeric or a string, what is data type of location, data type of. So guys, we have a very powerful function Python, everything Python give up in all together with help of pandas. We have a info function. We have an info function. Info will give you all required detail for a data understanding. You can write stores dot info. If you write store.info, you can see we are getting all the details here. It is saying even this shape and size I have used, you don't need it if you are using info. It is telling you number of observations, number of columns, okay, and you can see that here all the variables name, total number of observations they have. See, acquisition cost per customer have 29 observations, total observations 32. It is non-null to 29 non-null. This means there are 3 missing data, 3 values are not available, and you can see we have a different data types as well. So now guys, by performing these some of these functions, we are now understood that how my data look like. Now we understood how our data look like. Now what I want to see that we have a data. We want to understand that whenever I have a data, how many missings are there? Are does data have some missing values or not? I want to see all those missing values. So for this data, if you see this data, we have might some missings are available. I want to see all those missings. For missing, we have a function called isNull. IsNull help us to find out the missing values. So I write my data name dot isNull dot sum. What this function will do, It is help us to get a list of variables and respective missing values. See, there's zero missing, zero missing. Only one variable, acquisition cost per customer, with have three missing values. Three missing entries the acquisition cost per customer variable have. Now we understood that okay, these are the data available. Means we need to fix this because three entries are available. We cannot do any analysis for unavailable data, right? We need to fix those problems. So we have a function called data name dot isnal dot sum. This is one of the efficient way when you are dealing with a database or any kind of data frame. Okay, so this is the one of the best way to get a understand your missing values in your data set. Okay, now we are done with our data understanding step. Okay, there are more functions do checking a duplicates and all, right? That is not required at the moment, but yes, that all also going to be part of your data understanding. So ultimately, guys, goal is that we are dealing with a domain. Domain means we are dealing with the retail business here, but it might be human resource data, it might be going to be telecom data, it might be insurance data, it might be healthcare data and government data as well. But we are not, we are analyst, we are programmer, we are expert in the coding and programming, but not expert in a very much domain knowledge and all, right? We do, if suppose next day you get to work with a client who are basically electronics company, you are not very expert in electronic terms and all. For by writing all these codes, you can easily understand what are variables you have, what number of observations you have, missing values, and you can also tally with the data dictionaries available just to understand meaning of each features. You can talk to the person who have supplied the data to you to understand right more about your data. Without data understanding, you cannot do a good data analysis. You have to make sure that you understand the business problem properly. What is the, suppose there are leakage, right, in your somewhere in refrigerator, you have any leakage. So but and the refrigerator not giving you, it is not cooling basically. So now if you start putting opening refrigerator, right, without knowing why it is not cooling, right, you find might be there's no gas, but problem is not about gas, it about leakage. Okay, there's some leakage where the water is leaking or whatever process is there. So without knowing the problem, if you start fixing it, then it is going to backfire you. So as a data analyst, our primary job is to understand the business problem thoroughly. Once you understand the business problem, because whatever insights you are going to generate, all the insights going to based on your data. The second step to understand the data thoroughly. It's not about that you are reading that this is the um, this is the store type column, this is staff count column. You must understand what is staff count means number of employees working in a company or working on a store. Okay, what is the meaning of acquisition cost per customer, what is the basket size means. If you don't know these terms, then you cannot solve those business problems here. Okay, so that is the very key. As a data analyst, you understand a problem properly, you understand the data properly.
Guys, I think he's facing a connectivity issue, so just allow us some time. Till then, if you guys have any question, he's facing network error. If you guys have any question, please write it down in a Q&A tab. And people who are asking for recordings, guys, unfortunately, due to some technical error, we are not able to record the session. Yeah, Gaurav is here.
Hi, sorry, I lost my connection. I'm back.
Gaurav, I have one question.
Yeah,
Will you be able to share the data set because people
yeah,
like
yeah,
are asking?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. We can
okay.
share
So,
here.
one thing like Gaurav will share it with us, and if you guys want data set, you can message us on our LinkedIn or any social
I can,
platform.
I
We'll
can
share
send here
that.
in chat as well if they want.
Okay, in chat also we'll share.
But everyone will get it, or yeah, I have just shared the data, guys, so you can use that data for practice. I hope I'm audible, Priti. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so far we understood that our data, we understood that there are the business problem, and as an analyst, our job is to not write the code. See, now we have a Chat GPT, right? Chat GPT can write a code for you. Whatever prompt you write, right? GPT can write a code for you. The code is not challenged as much, no more, guys, right? Because now we have a GPT tools and all that is writing a code for. But what is the problem you are solving, right? That is the key. What type of logic you want to make, because GPT need the proper prompt. For the proper prompt writing, even as an analyst, we have to understand the business problem. We understand our data, what data we have. Then you can write a prompt and GPT will help you to frame some of the coding and all for those problems. Okay, now coming back, then once you understand your data, right? After data understanding step, guys, the next step that is very key, it's called EDA. We call the exploratory data analysis, right? Exploratory data analysis, where we explore our data one by one. Like if you have any numeric data set, we explore our data, means what are the, suppose we have a data here, um, total sales data. I want to explore my total sales data. Whenever data exploring part comes, the statistics will come in the picture. Where as an analyst, we need statistics as well. Like I want to know what is the average total sales, what is the median sales, does sales is skewed or normally distributed, is there any outlier in the sales or not. See, there are, what is the maximum sales, what is the standard deviation of the sales. Now you can see the role of statistics here in coming in the picture. As a data analyst, the basic statistic is very important part as an analyst, right? If you would like to path make your career into the data analytics field or data science field, statistics is going to be very key for you. Not very advanced level of statistics, but just a basic statistics. Now we are going to explore our data set. So guys, there are two type of data. If you just look over about a data, so there are two type of a data usually. So if you just look over the data that we usually, suppose I have a data called gender. See, this is the gender data, and this is the sales data or income data. So if you see, gender can take only value called male, female, or third gender. Gender can't take any other values, right, guys? Gender, I only take a male, female, or might be third gender. But income is a variable which can take any number from 0 to infinite, right? Income can take a any number. Okay, so these are two type of data usually. There are other type of data as well, but usually data and all, but mostly majority of our data either going to be gender data type, like this type of a data where you have fixed values, means this gender cannot take beyond male, female, and third gender. If we are putting here apple, it does not appropriate for gender column. This means the values are fixed. But in income, which is a numeric variable, gender, which is a kind of text data taking, so usually as an analyst, what we read it, this is called categorical data. Okay, this is called categorical data, where income is called the continuous data or numeric data. whenever we are why it is important to know that, because we are reaching to a step called data exploration. We are going to explore our data. For data exploration, guys, the knowledge of data type is very important. Broadly, right, there are two type of a data. There are further segregation within that: categorical data or continuous data. Further categorical, we have a nominal, ordinal, all this will be there. But as the analyst, how we are looking over, this is the categorical data, this is my numeric data. Can you find the average of gender column? Can we compute average for gender column, guys? No. Very nice. We cannot compute average for gender column, but we can compute average for income column because income is numeric. Okay, this means there are some set of rules for data exploration. When we explore data, for categorical data, there are different set of rules. For continuous data, there are different set of rules available. So let's understand what are those rules. If you are dealing with a categorical data, guys, for categorical data, you can only perform the frequency count. You can only do the frequency count. Or maximum you can compute mode. For a continuous data, what you can do, maximum you can do whatever statistical terms you think about, right? You can do mean, you can do median, you can do mode, standard deviation you can do, okay? And maximum value, minimum value, range, IQR. There's a long list of statistics that you can apply for the continuous data. Now, whenever it comes to the Python, right, Pandas package, Panda is very quick about data exploration in terms of basically to doing data exploration or EDA, exploratory data analysis in with help of Pandas. You can do tabular form as well as graphical forms as well. So EDA could be in table forms. Basically, you can get a numbers, right? Or you can do the data visualization as well. Means we can make a different type of graphs and charts. Okay, we can make the different type of graphs and chart as well. So now let's look over how we have a stores data set. On stores data, how we can deal with all numeric column, how we can deal with the all categorical variables. So to dealing with numeric data, like whatever data we have a functions called describe function. Describe is a very powerful function in a pandas that help us to describe entire variables at a one go with default statistics values. So we are going to talk about the describe function, which help us to describe our data in detail. So what describe function will do, if I say stores dot describe, if I do store that, just a simple function, guys, right? Stores is my data table name, describe is a function. If I just click on stores dot describe, you will see I get a long descriptive statistics. Let me explain you the output. Let's took the total sales column. See, these are the different columns: operating cost column, staff count column, all the numeric columns that we have. You are getting all the numeric columns here. It is telling you count, total number of count. There are total 32 data available. There are total 32 customers available. Then we have a mean. Mean means average. What is the average total customers we have? Then we have standard deviation. We have minimum totals. We are exploring this variable, total sales. So this is the total count of total sales. This is the average of total sales. This is standard deviation of total sales. This is the minimum total, so 71. 25 percentile, 50th percentile, 75 percentile, and maximum values. See, these are the 8 default statistics we are getting here. I can arrange this data in a more readable form. We have a dot t. T means transposing. In Python, to transpose row to column, column to row, we use dot t. If I put dot t here, you will see that the result just became more readable form. It is very easy to read now and compare the values. See, total cells 32 count, average cells is 230, standard deviation, minimum, and all the quartile values, and we have a maximum values here. Okay, everyone, so that is how we have described. Okay, now by looking over this description, you can catch majority of problem in your data sets. Like, what are the problem a numeric data could have? Anyone? What are the different problem? The what are the different problems that a numeric variable might be have? Anyone? Whenever you are dealing with a numeric data set, what are problem the data could have? Yes, guys. Null value, okay. Null and missing are same. So I'm just noting down all the points. So you are saying null value, or null is called missing value basically. Outliers, very nice. Second problem is outliers. Yes. Negative values. Negative values might be sometime good, right? Suppose you are dealing with a retail business where product is coming back, return product become a negative values. Um, Duplicates, yes, duplicate could be another problem. One more problem could be the skewed data, inconsistent data, correct? Inconsistent data. Asymmetrical, that is some word, this is the word I was looking here. Okay, asymmetrical. So basically, guys, we are mostly interested for a data which is not skewed data. So there are different type of data distribution. Okay, one is called normal distribution. We are checking that data is normal or symmetrical or not. Okay, we are looking for, does the data is normally distributed or data is skewed. That is our focus, right? Whenever it come to the looking over the numeric column. Okay, now does the data is have null values? Does the get null value answer we already got on top here? If you see on top, you found the answer that by applying this is null, we got it. But even if you are saying, we are saying that total number of observation 32, but here acquisition cost per customer have only 29 observation. Here also it is helping us to understand there are missing data there. Then we have a average values here. We have a all the average value here. We have a standard deviation. Now there's a problem, right? Two problems which is highlighted, like out duplicate is something which is not, you cannot find duplicate here. Okay, you can see while data understanding you can do null values, you can check, but although before for data description we check null values. Guys, basically this inconsistency also, you can get some idea from inconsistent data here, but majority of issue is this outliers and normally distributed data. So how do you know that data have some outliers or not? See, basically there is a one indication. If standard deviation is greater than the mean value, if is standard deviation is greater than the mean value, this is indication, not sure that there must be outlier, but it is mostly it is seen that outlier are there present if their standard deviation is more than the mean. See, this is my average value, this is my standard deviation. If mean value is greater than standard deviation, that variable might have outlier. Means we need to do further investigation with the visualization, with the distribution and all. But so far all our data have not that kind of problem. Only see online presence, which is basically a categorical data, 1 and 0. That's why it is coming like it doesn't matter for this, right? So now this is the one thing it is helping us, that there are no any big outlier. Might be these total cells have high standard deviation, right? It is so that there might be a some outliers, but so far because it is a standard deviation less than the mean, so we can't say anything about it. Next, guys, if you see, we are getting a data distribution. Maximum means 100%. So what it is telling us, if you go from minimum value to 25% value, let's take the total cells column. How much jump we are getting, guys, in terms of percentage? Minimum means 0%. How much jump we are taking here in terms of percentage? 25%. How much jump we are doing here in terms of number? What is the difference here, guys? 71 to 120, what is the difference? Around 50, yeah. The difference is around 50. Again here at every interval, the difference is 25%, 25%, 25%. Basically the jump in terms of percentage is similar. But see now jump in terms of a data here to here, right? 120 to 196. The difference is around, if you consider 200, around 80. Again see the difference, let's say 200 is around 220. See here the difference is around, let's say this is the 330, this, so it is around 140. So guys, if you see the values are, whatever the difference of values, it is quite consistent, right? Consistent means their gaps are very less, 50, 80, 220, 140, they are very close. This indicates that data is close to normal distributed. Not perfect normal, but data is close to, if this 140 became suppose 14,000, then this is the indication that data is skewed. Data have big outliers available there. But so far our data look is smooth, but it is not perfect symmetrical. It's a close to symmetry, close to normal distributed. These are our detailing that we are looking for, and this is very important because if your data distribution is not up to mark, this is going to create a problem for you. So this is what we have understood about a data distribution with numeric variable. What is data inconsistency? How do you check data inconsistency? Anyone? This is my result. How you can check data is consistent? There are some abnormal things. Inconsistent means some abnormal things you have found in your data. Just see and tell. Mean deviation. See, that is all we have observed, right? Mean standard deviation. But data inconsistency means some abnormality that you can see. By plotting you can see, but here in here as well, we can observe something abnormal. You can see this, guys, online presence. It is a numeric data. But can you see? 0. Till 25% only 0. Till 50% only 0. Till 75%, when 75% data is started, means only this 25% data, right, or 50% data you can say have zero value. This is a problem, right? If you are considering this as a numeric data, so this is a problem here. Guys, are you getting me? Yes, everyone. Any thought on this? We are
Gaurav, actually,
looking.
your voice was not audible.
Am I audible now? Niti?
Yes, you are audible now.
So guys, what is issues here? So many 0 till 50%. Then one is starting. Now you observe, just this is the problem because a 50% data here, you were saying the 50% data is going to be, but any numeric data, if 50% data became 0, that is not a good quality data, right? That is a kind of abnormality. Either you say this is the categorical data where 0 means offline, 1 means online, and convert this into a categorical form. But as you are saying, this is the numeric data and 50% zeros is kind of problem, right? It is a type of problem in a data. Yes, everyone, are you agree with? Can you just quickly take your 2 minutes and see other variables? Like I just give an example for online presence. Just see if there are any problem with any other features are there. Guys, this is the real data analysis. Okay, software is there, function is there, result in front of you. But are you able to understand the results? This is the job of data analyst. Okay, so are you able to read those data? Are you able to read those results? Does these results make sense or not, right? So there is a problem, own stores. So what this is indicating that these two variables have 50% zero or almost, so they are not numeric data, they are categorical type of a data where zero means uh, might be no and one means yes. So you need to convert these two data from numeric to categorical data, right? And now let's just others, even see store segment. See at a minimum one means it is just increasing constantly one by one, and rest here four sticks means between bounded 1 to 4. This also indicating a categorical data. Tenure, right? Tenure 3, 3, 4, 4, 5. You can also investigate these variables basically. Are they really categorical data? Are they really numeric data? So you just need to explore them. Guys, if you just look over in our data set, if I say stores dot head to, in our data set here we have categorical data as well. See location, store type. But when I run that describe function, we are not getting those categorical data. What is meaning of this? What describe function do, guys, by default? What describe do by default? Yes, describe by default pick up only numeric data. Okay, it only pick up the numeric data set. Then how I can do this thing for categorical data? And as you guys know, for categorical data, we can only do frequency, mode, right? That kind of things we can do. So how to do this? Now guys, this is for the data EDA, basically kind of data description for numeric data set. But how I can do same thing for the categorical data? So for categorical data, so Panda is good enough, right, to dealing with either it is a categorical or it is a numeric data set. For categorical data, guys, what we will do, we will take our data stores dot describe, same function, stores dot describe. Here I write include. Include is equal to object. If you guys remember that, when I have ran info function, what is data type of location? Object. any categorical data or any text data, any data which is a text data type, the data type is going to be an object. So this is the object data type, or basically it is a string data type. Okay, so that is how our entire analysis has worked. Now I will just put under describe function, just put is equal to object. I will just put stores describe and object. Okay, everyone. So see, we are getting the outcome for a categorical data now. How it is printing up? If I just put dot t, what it is coming to us? These are the features we have: store name, store type, location. Let's say location. There are total 32 location or 32 stores as per our data. Unique is 4. What is unique telling us? Anyone? What is unique 4 means? What is the unique 4 means? No, 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 it is not duplicate. There are 4 locations. Very nice. So tell me, guys, if I go with my gender column, how many unique categories we have? 3. One is male, other is a female, other is third gender. So total number of unique, how many unique we have? 3. This is what is unique means. Okay, we have a categories, right? How many unique values we have? So one is a male, which is unique. Second is female. Third is third category. Okay, or basically the whatever. So total unique is 3. Similarly, for categorical data, this unique means there are 4 locations. There are 3 store type. There are 7 store name. Store code is a unique values for every store. There are one unique values there, right? So that's why it is coming as a 32. Now we are getting the top. We are getting a top categories. If I ask you in this, what is my top category? In Excel, if I ask you what is my top category, so you will say you will count male 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 males. Female 1, 2, there are 2 females. Third gender 1, 2, 3. There are 3 third gender. What is my top category, guys? In this, male. Under top category, you get male. And what is the frequency? How many males are there? 6. This is what the describe function telling you in Python by default. Okay, so total males are 6. Total males are 6, and top category is male out of 3 because it is 6. So that is what this here we are getting. So if you just look over, it is just telling us in store type, top category is apparel. And what is the frequency? There are total 12 store of apparel and clothings. Okay, same whatever I just saw in Excel, same result you are getting for each category you are getting. See how fast this Panda package is, right? For data analytics in Excel we are doing, might be with help of pivot you can do and all, but that is not going to give you entire thing in a single view and go with the proper output. But here see the way it is giving you in a proper output, the required thing, that is going to be help you a lot to understand and to explore your data in the deeper. So here you can answer lots of business answer, right? What is the most popular store type? Apparel means, it means people are prefer to open a apparel store more in compare to food and others. Okay, so how many stores are in Delhi locations? It is saying that 8. So guys, this is how you can explore your data with help of the describe function, which helping you to give you all the detailing about it. But what if you do not, if you want to compute mean or standard deviation individually? Okay, so I can say I have stores data. In stores I have a total sales column. If you see stores, list of all the list of variables are coming. We have a total cells. Dot mean. What mean will going to give us? It is going to give you arrays value here. If I just use a print function, you get a, and see guys, I'm not using the any numpy. See, but it is giving np dot float. So basically, it is a good numpy. This our process numpy package is handling. We are not using numpy, but see np is coming. Np means numpy. So just to ignore all these functions, just to get a proper values here, just write a print function. If you write a print function, you are getting it here. Okay, this is my array cells. If you want to get a maximum cell, you can do same thing. Print stores total cells. Basically, this is how we select any variables. Dot mean. Okay, so this is what. Sorry, if I say maximum, give maximum cell. My maximum cell is 42. So that is how our visual function max mean all guys. Then the package is supporting in a backend along with the pandas. Okay, so this way you can explore your data one by one. Now let's try to let's have a break. Preeti, can we take a break for 5 6 minutes?
Yeah, we can take
So
a
let's fight.
break. Yeah,
Yeah,
we have one session feedback form, so I would like to request everyone to fill it till then.
sure, sure, Preeti.
Yes, and guys, if you have any question, please write that down in a Q&A tab. Last 30 or 20 minutes, we'll take those questions.
At the end of I'll this all of you in the chat. This is
Your
the
voice
access
is
of
breaking,
as well.
Gaurav.
Am I audible, Preeti?
Yeah, now you're
I
audible.
said at the end of the session, I will share this notebook